What's actually the point of writing essays? Is it just to get a grade? Other than your teacher, does anyone care? What if you knew how to grow your school writing into blog articles, YouTube videos, ebooks, even a whole online brand about a topic you care about? But even if schools taught you how to do that, there's still another problem.
Misinformation.
Our world is drowning in information, and when whole communication platforms rise and fall too fast to even keep track of, how can you make your voice heard? And the answer to both issues is actually really simple, and was only recently taken out of standard school curriculum. Recently, like 100 years ago. Recent in the history of education. See, for millennia, students were taught the same one tool of communication. One tool. For politics, literature, science, any quest a human being can go on. It's called classical rhetoric, and the Greek philosopher Aristotle wrote the book on it 4 centuries before Christ, but it actually belongs to every time and every place, even the online world. Now, even though I called it a tool, it's actually 5 tool boxes that contain every possible writing tool. The tools you already know are in here, but organizing them this way is the secret of writing. The first box is called invention, and it's for curating an inventory of things to say. And that includes brainstorming and research, but also whittling your ideas down. An essay that's about too much or too little isn't going to get a good grade, but notice that's also how all of life works. The wrong words or the right words at the wrong time aren't going to get a date or close a sale. A joke at the wrong time isn't funny, and a speech about the wrong topic isn't going to motivate people. Classical rhetoric is a writing workflow that's based on universal principles of all reality. And again, there might be infinite techniques for writing an outline, but once you understand the names of these boxes, you can stop just hoping that your writing turns out well and start using the tools you know intentionally. And it'll even help you create new tools you didn't know before. Next comes arrangement. What order do these ideas go in according to logic, according to what your audience needs to hear, according to what you want to say? And which one of those concerns is the most important for this essay? And this is more than just outlining, because when you learn to arrange ideas as a tool, you're also learning how to arrange time, social interactions, even your room. And after that, you need to clothe your ideas in good sentences. And this is where a lot of English programs become dull, boring parodies of communication, focusing just on the sentence structure. Well, if you haven't developed ideas that you care about, you're not going to care about learning good sentence structure for expressing them. And your English class becomes just an exercise in saying things that only your teacher cares about. But this box, the sentence writing box, elocution, isn't even just about essays. It's about freeing your mind to know clearly what you think and be able to say clearly what you mean. And finally, delivery is your tools for speaking in person in a way that people will listen to. And memory, of course, is the box that supercharges all the other ones. And yes, memory is a skill that you can get better at as you get older. But how do you start writing good essays right now? Tip number 1. This is actually tip number 1 from teaching composition for 5 years. This is the number 1 thing. Don't just sit down and write. Don't start with elocution. Start with invention. If you have 24 hours to write the paper, you should almost spend 22 of them on invention. When you curate a good inventory of exactly which ideas you want to be in this thing, that does most of the work of writing it. Writing it is like actually being on the trip that you've spent the time planning. Tip number 2, keep your ideas organized while you're researching. Don't even outline yet. Keep the ideas organized almost as if you were going to turn them in. Do you put them in a binder? Do you put them in different colors of Post-it notes on the wall? Keep them organized in a way that someone else could actually use. Someone else will use them you're gonna be a different version of yourself tomorrow when you start writing this thing. You will need to use this stuff, so don't leave it a mess. Number 3, when you're outlining, and this is the killer tip that I see students struggle with all the time, love your audience. Picture who's reading this paper. What does this person know? What does this person not know? What does this person fear? What does this person want to hear? Put it in an order that makes sense to this imaginary person. If you have no outline, this will write it for you. If you have a good outline, this will make it a great outline. And notice none of those tips were about the thing most people start with, the actual sentence writing. That's because above a basic understanding of grammar, these fundamental ideas will actually supercharge your sentences for you before you even start. Now, I teach a live online course called Digital Rhetoric, which shows how to apply classical rhetoric today. And this is a 2-semester English composition course for 9th through 12th grade that teaches not just how to write college essays, but how to use these tools to write blogs, articles, YouTube videos, ebooks, even social media posts. Meaningful social media posts. There is a wrong way to do it. And more than that, the art of clear thinking itself, which is what writing always was. Other courses will teach you how to write an essay, but here you'll learn how to even scale your work up into a book or evolve it into a whole body of content across multiple platforms, plus marketing tactics and search engine optimization to make sure your message gets to the audience who needs it. Now, I've worked in marketing for a decade, and I've taught English composition for 5 years in the online classroom, and I can tell you, anybody can learn to use the latest online tool. There are new ones for them to learn every day. Digital Rhetoric is about having a clear message that'll make an impact on any of them. You'll be learning the theory of communication so that your message will outlast any single communication platform. Now, my YouTube channel, Obvious Quest, is about questing after truth, goodness, and beauty in a world that has become noisy and hopeless. And if you are also on that quest and you have a message to share, then this is the composition course for you. If you like videos about the life of the mind, subscribe here. And if you're looking for a research and composition course to take this next school year, click the link below. You'll get a discount for clicking there from my channel, and I'll see you over there. Good journey.